Geshu Lin has finally made his return in the Wuthering Waves universe, and I remember there was a time where I was saying that Geshu Lin was going to return, and the comments were saying, no, he's dead, no bro, give it up, you don't know what you're talking about, he's never coming back, it's over, pack it in, Kuro are never going to bring Geshu Lin back. Well, to that I say, don't you all feel like an idiot? Yeah, don't you feel like absolute donkeys, because guess what? In the recent 2.7 Shuyuan story, Geshu Lin made his re-debut back into the Wuthering Waves lore. Yep, it was a flashback scene, but during this flashback scene, they basically confirmed that Geshu Lin is still alive and he fell to the influence of the Overthrax. Like many times before have I said that is the case. Remember when I said he has succumbed to the power of the Black Flame and most likely is the Overthrax his resonator, the Thronodian's resonator of Huanglong? Do you remember when I said that? Because I do, and that seems to be the case, because Rover countless times at the end of the story was asking the question to Shu Yuan, are you gonna go after Geshu Lin? Are you gonna track him down? Will you meet him again? And Shu Yuan is destined, in his mind, he is destined to be the one to grant Geshu Lin his death. Yes, Shu Yuan spared Geshu Lin's life in the story because Geshu Lin was protecting a family from tacit discords, and we can see the darkness within Geshu Lin when he's trying to protect these people. He believes all tacit discords should be slain, all tacit discords should perish, and he's going to do everything in his power to make sure that every single tacit discord is no more. But there is darkness within him, and Shu Yuan saw this. However, he spared him to see what would happen with Geshu Lin's life. Shu Yuan wanted to see the potential. He saw the potential within Geshu Lin. Geshu Lin is quite literally Anakin Skywalker from Star Wars. Anakin Skywalker from Attack of the Clones is basically what we saw in the flashback, and then what we saw in the legend of how he stood up against the Overthrax with his sword in chains and the black flame going through him. That was Revenge of the Sith Anakin Skywalker, because he became the very thing he swore to destroy. He has succumbed to the power of the Black Flame. He has succumbed to the influence of the Thronodian, the Overthrax, and we are in the future going to see Geshu Lin once again. The fact that they confirmed that Geshu Lin still remains out there was something that I lost my mind about. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I lost my absolute mind. I went berserk when I was playing through this story. If you haven't seen me play through the story and haven't seen my reaction, I recommend you do so. I screamed. I absolutely screamed. The cutscene they had reintroducing Geshu Lin when Shu Yuan was tasked to basically hunt down and kill Geshu Lin because they deemed him, like the government of Huanglong deemed him to be too dangerous to be kept alive. So Shu Yuan went there to kill him, saw the potential and saw that, you know, this guy isn't a bad guy. He's actually doing good. He's actually trying to protect innocent people. He's not trying to cause harm. Then Shu Yuan said, alright, okay, I'll give you a chance. I'll give you a chance. I'll let you live. I'll let you live to see another day. I want to see what you're capable of. I want to see your potential blossom, and I want to see what you can do with your fury against the tacit discords. Let me see what you can do with your passion to protect the people of Huanglong against the Thronodians and against the tacit discords. However, Shu Yuan feels guilty because Shu Yuan is the one that spared his life, and a part of him does feel guilty for allowing Geshu Lin to live that day because of what Geshu Lin has become. Now, we have not seen Geshu Lin since present day Geshu Lin, or the closest version of Geshu Lin we have seen was the original legend we saw in 1.0, and the difference being between past tense Geshu Lin and legend Geshu Lin from a more recent standpoint is the fact that, one, Geshu Lin has scars in the more recent adaptation of when he fought the Overthrax compared to his origin form, his past state against Shu Yuan. He doesn't have his tacit discord on his neck here, and this also debunks the theory that many of you said Scar is not Geshu Lin. Scar is not Geshu Lin. We now can confirm that Scar is not Geshu Lin. All of you people out there that were assuming that because Scar had the same tacit discord, tacit mark in the same area, you guys thought he was Geshu Lin. No. The fact that you guys thought that, I'm sorry, I love you all, I love my audience, but you are quite literally silly gooses for getting baited into that. That was like the most obvious reason for you to think Scar was the reincarnation of Geshu Lin or something, right? Because Scar is scarred and he has a tastic mark in the same spot as Geshu Lin. No, my flames. No, Geshu Lin is still out there. He's thriving. He's evil. He's succumbed to the darkness. But the question is, where is he now? Is he in hiding? Are we going to see him soon? Bearing in mind, Shi Yuan also came into contact with the architect when we went to find Fenrico. The architect was taking the form of a civilian that Shi Yuan saw earlier on in the story, and the architect was taunting him about him sparing Geshu Lin's life. So maybe the Fraxidus is going to have a part in bringing Geshu Lin back into the story. Obviously, we need to go through 3.0. We need to go to Cairo or Kairi, whatever the hell the next place is, and then also the New Federation as well. So maybe we'll see Geshu Lin in New Federation, maybe we'll see Geshu Lin within 3.x, maybe it's going to be 4.x and beyond. All that we know now is that Kuro have planted that seed saying we have something big planned for Geshu Lin, and I do believe Geshu Lin is going to become a playable character because of what they're playing him up to be. Now, also bearing in mind that I have a short on the channel, which when in the legend he was holding up his sword, he quite literally has a demon arm where his power is corrupting or was corrupting him. He quite literally has Nero's demon arm from Devil May Cry 4. So yeah, the fact that we actually actively saw the corrupt version of Geshu Lin, and the fact that the Black Flame, some people are saying the Black Flame was his resonance ability. It was not. Every single time we saw him use the Black Flame's power, whether in Jiyan's story trailer or whether in the legend of the Geshu Lin, his tacit mark never glowed, never flashed, never lit up, never glowed or anything like that. So the Black Flame quite literally is a dark power that succumbed. It might have even been given to him by the Threnodian, and he might not have even known it, you know, because the Black Flame is a dark power. It's a dark power source, and it twisted his mind. We know this. All of this information is now out in the open. Everything that I theorized was correct. Everything that I said from day one, saying that Geshulin is alive, Geshulin succumbs to the Black Flame and succumbs to the influence of the Oberthrax. There's literally lore videos on my channel of me saying the reason why Geshulin's alive, and all of the comments like, no, bro, he's dead. Let it lie. Leave it. Let it lie. Well, yeah, here we are talking about Geshulin's being alive. Geshulin being alive and well and out there. You know, he's still out there. He killed my uncle, and he's, you know, the proper Peter Parker in it up. You know, so Shi Yuan is on the hunt for Geshu Lin. Shi Yuan is trying to track him down to give him the gift of death, because he feels that Geshu Lin is most likely in a lot of pain, which is probably the case, because if he's under the influence of the Threnodian, I can imagine that's very painful, and I can imagine that has its toll on the mind. But let me know what you guys think of Geshu Lin's revival in lore and in the story. What do you guys think they're going to do with Geshu Lin? Do you think they're going to introduce him in 3.x, 4.x, or beyond? I know eventually now we know we are eventually going to be going back to Jinzhou, because the government, like the big bosses of Huanglong, not just Jinzhou, there's other cities and towns that Shi Yuan has dropped for us. He even dropped the character's name, who's like the big, like, we have the High Magistrate of Jinzhou. We've got like an even bigger boss, like the High Council level people, right? The people that make the fun decisions, that sent Shi Yuan on this goose chase to hunt down Scar, and the one that sent Shi Yuan to kill Geshulin in the past. So it's going to be very interesting going back to Huanglong in the future. But until then, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed me talking about Geshulin's return, and I hope you guys are just as excited to see Geshulin return in the future as I am. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you all in the next video. Take it easy and have a good rest of your day.